how could you not respect the hell out of Minnesota, guys? I mean, Beau, you obviously respect the state of Minnesota, but we went up to camp and
I love the state of Minnesota, Chris.
but I think
we're happy. I'm happy for that staff, man.
I mean,
you should see how
happy.
thrilled all my buddies in Minnesota are. They played really good. I mean, I don't think anybody was expecting Minnesota to win this game. Were you? Like, I was pretty surprised.
I thought they'd cover. I put them in a money line parlay with Tennessee, which is at least evidence that I thought it'd be a good game. But I just think the defense flew around. I mean, they won every. I don't know, have the stats on this, but the feel I got from the game watching it back was like Minnesota was nails in all the gotta have it situations defensively, whether they're third downs and short, whether they were fourth downs, there's red zone stuff. This defense showed up to play. The first play of the game, Grenard is off the rock like he's shot out of a cannon. It just speaks to the noise level in this spot and how ready this team was, the rushers. This guy Jones for them played great. He had one sack coming in or something on his career. I think he had a 3-piece or something like that, or he's got 3 on the season. The guy was good in the run game. He was good in the pass game. The backers played hard. They blocked a punt early. Like, it's just a well-coached team. When you think about having KOC and B-Flow, you got 2 of the best coordinators in the league, and you're facing off with one of the best coordinators in the league, and a guy coming off a week where he made the Jets look stupid. Okay? I think it speaks to how great B-Flow is to come in here and confuse Purdy. After the game, he's like, your scheme's crazy. And when we look back, it's mostly too high stuff or it's cover 4, but really it's how they're getting to it. Yep. And we know that with B-Flow. It's a lot of window dressing. And I just thought it was awesome, man. Like, Jones got him off the field on 4th and 2. Van Ginkel on the tip in the red zone. Like, he makes a lot of hidden plays, right? He's a menace if you're trying to get the ball out on the perimeter. He's active. He's got his hand. He's tall. We met him in.
That's a Badger linebacker right there, Chris.
Yeah, Badgers had some good days yesterday. Yesterday they had some good days. And I thought Ty Chandler looked really good. He had a whole drive at one point. He did a great job of pressing the line of scrimmage, bouncing the whole thing, especially on the heels of Jones getting Tanner Hudsoned by Warner. By the way, Fred Warner, guys, there's a case to be made that he is, I want to be careful here, he's as close to a perfect player at his position as there is in the league, including quarterbacks. There's a case to be made that he is the best player in the league. You know, if we take the quarterbacks out of it, I almost think after watching yesterday, he is. They get blown out if not for him.
That interception.
He had 9 tackles, 7 solo tackles, 1 sack, 1 TFL, 2 pass defended, quarterback hit, and that sick interception.
Yeah, I was just, that interception is one of, like, as an ex-player, and you just kind of know like how hard it is to get an interception, but like changing directions and then just perfectly with your hands grabbing a ball.
Get your head and eyes back around Nate like that.
Everything.
You're saying,
and that's why I get mad at wide receivers if you drop a ball, because when a linebacker can do that on an interception, don't tell me when that's not his job.
I mean, he's an alien, dude.
So what?
I really do think like remember when Danny Glover met all the Predators? Like, it just reminds me of like walking in a room full of Fred Warners, bro. Like just he's superhuman. He's like, he really does more than anybody in the game straddle the line between Marvel character and human being. Like, the way you watch him in slow motion extending to catch a football, you can't get away from him. I talked about this. They got one linebacker you might want to match up with. They got the other ones like, can we get him out of the picture? And they can't get him out of the picture. I will say this though, Darnold, he nearly had a butt fumble situation early in the game. And that's the thing. That's the great thing about hitting a 98-yard bomb on 2nd down is you made all that go away. You get some confidence. Like, he threw the ball backwards on a play. It was like a messed up play, and he like just kind of threw it backwards, and I saw his life flash before my eyes. And I was just like, oh, his career might be over now, because you don't come back from something like that. I don't want to say you don't come back from a butt fumble, because Squanch is calling games left and right. He's on our TV every Sunday. But I just thought like the call in that situation, knowing to take a shot and having the arm strength to take the shot. The ball's 55 yards in the leg or in the air, and his legs like early, you know, to get the 3 before the half was huge. That's his legs, you know, like I thought KOC, he called a great game, but there was one call in particular, the insert look to Naylor in the red zone. That's so tricky. They brought Naylor in and motioned him, and then he chops between a tight end and a tackle, and that's kind of like when a wide receiver, a little guy, lines up in that spot. You think it's usually run, like backside run. If you get an insert play, that the ball is going to be on the ground. But he just inserts and keeps going, and they get pulled in, and I mean it's an easy 6. So I thought they showed a lot of toughness. And Purdy, by the way, played his ass off. Mm-hmm. Okay, like Brock Purdy should not hang his head after that game. And through 2 weeks, there's always these arguments about quarterback rankings. And while I'm very stubborn about putting Purdy in my top 5, I just I'm not there yet. It's a very subjective thing, ranking quarterbacks. But if you're not saying he's possibly a top 10 guy, you're kind of nuts. I mean, like, he makes a lot of throws off platform. He makes a lot of great throws in traffic. I just think, like, this dude played his butt off, and the run game wasn't going the same way it was last week, but they absolutely dominated TOP in the first half, couldn't cash in. And in the second half, I thought he just made some great throws. So I just didn't want to get out of this thing without talking. I mean, the Cashman, the interception, you want that back, the whole thing. But, like, I just thought Purdy did most of what he could. And this is just Minnesota being a good football team and getting the breaks a little bit. I mean, they made their own luck, and the defense flew around. That defense.
They look sick. Chris, think about a lot of the vets that they have on that team. I mean, we were around that facility. And it's a small thing, but, like, just how relaxed and calm and professional everyone was at practice during that camp day that we were out there. Mm-hmm. One dude that I want to, who I think was a good acquisition for Minnesota on defense is Steph Gilmore. Like, he's playing solid. Yeah. And, like, to have a vet presence like that and a complicated defense like B-Flow is great. And then one other thing, someone in the chat said when we were talking about Fred Warner and the great game he had, D'Amico Ryans is absolutely molding linebackers. I want to give a shout out to Blake Cashman, who came over to Minnesota from the Texans with D'Amico. Interviewed him this summer, but he had 13 tackles, 5 solo, 1 sack, 1 TFL, 3 pass defense, and a quarterback hit. Mm-hmm. He had a great game. So their defense, I mean, if you're a Minnesota Viking fan, like I kind of am, like Minnesota, you got to feel pretty good about where you're at in the NFC North, like 2-0 right now.
Yeah. And you look around the NFC North, one team is down a quarterback for a little bit. The other is got a rookie quarterback who, is not there yet. And then the Lions, who have limped around a little bit early in this season. I mean, like, seeing what the Cardinals did to the Dam, their offense doesn't look quite right. Mm-hmm. So if you're the Vikings, you're playing to your potential as good as anybody in the conference or in the division. And that's a great deal. By the way, Silvala said he was joking. I totally missed the joke. I mean, like, it sounded like a shot
after the fact.
Always I'm joking.
But hey, Silvala, I'm joking too. I don't have anything against Magic cards. I just don't understand them, so I overcompensate by making fun of them. But when I was a kid, I could never understand how to play. Kids would play in the stairway up to study hall, and I'd just walk by and be like, "What are you guys playing?" And they say Magic cards, and I just sit there like I knew what was going on, but I don't know what's going on. So that's my fault.
But I have to talk about this too. Jefferson,
he's dinged, huh?
No, but it doesn't matter. He has
serious injury.
Avoided serious injury.
He has 30 games with 100+ receiving yards in his first 5 seasons, and he just tied Randy Moss for that record.
Yeah,
probably gonna pass him at some point this season.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. I mean, he's unbelievable.
What did you guys think of the ref on that long?
I seen that,
dude. He was
flipping his hips like a middle field safety, dude.
That was clean.
He was just waiting all season.
That's 4-6.
Messing up one of my
that's 4-6 in khakis.
Potential
black khakis.
Viral moments, Beau.
Well, you need athletes like that on the chain gang.
I think we got some overlap this week. So, good win for Minnesota. We don't need to make. I mean, they're down McCaffrey. They'll be better, but I don't want to just chalk it up to being down McCaffrey. Because that takes away from Minnesota and the job they did. And, like, listen, it might say something about the Jets. Jets walked into a beehive, and that's a bad matchup. This Minnesota team flies around. We said it when we went to camp. They're not real big. They remind me of the Bills in this way. It's like we go see them, and they're a lot more like human sized than the Eagles, for instance. But this defense is like they swarm. They really do.
If you're the 49ers, are you worried at all about the slow start for Ayuk?
6 catches on 10 targets, 71 yards through 2 games. He had the slow, he was a little rusty in the first game against the Jets.
They're going to get Pearsall at some point, right? Did he play yesterday? He didn't play. They didn't give him the ball if he did. I mean, he just got shot. So let's give it a couple weeks here.